Hey everybody, Matty Ice here, back with another Grandmaster Guide. Before I get into that, I do want to note that next Saturday, the 30th, I'm going to be doing a live stream to where I can help you get your Grandmaster sealed, completed, or any duality triumphs you have left. So yeah, hop on Saturday and let me know if you need any help. But back to the guide. So once you load into the mission, you're going to kill an overload champion that's immediately in front of you. And then after you do that, you're going to make your way to the right side of the map. This kind of bypasses a lot of the ads that you have to deal with, and it makes it a little easier since there's more cover, versus if you go down the middle, there's not really a whole lot of cover options there. So once you're on the right side, you can easily shoot the main boss, and then there's two overload champions. Now, sometimes the second overload does not spawn, but you just want to make sure you damage any champion that you see, so that if they do despawn, it counts as a kill, and you'll get platinum rewards. So after you've done that, you're going to make your way through until you get to the elevator encounter. Before you start the elevator encounter, you want to have your teammate pass you 2 of the balls. Passing the ball makes them do more damage, and this kind of allows you to preset them. So when the ads spawn after you start, you want to have one of your teammates throw a grenade to kill as many of the signs as possible, and then you can ideally break all the shields with one bomb, and then the second bomb will either kill or greatly damage the remainder of the 3 guys' health. And then you can pick up another relic before the next phase starts while your teammates kill, and you can always drop that relic if you need to take a break. So once you've cleared all those guys out, the second wave, you're kind of do the same thing. In this instance, my one teammate used a Nova Bomb instead of a grenade to clear out all the ads, and then we threw one of the relics along with a Blade Barrage Super to clear out these bosses very quickly, and that made the elevator encounter extremely easy. Once the elevator reaches the bottom, you're going to have to deal with an Ogre and a Shrieker. You do need to be a little careful here. They can kill you pretty quickly from range, so I recommend if you're on well, drop a well just to be safe. The increased arc damage from the boomers, the fire, it all kind of adds up here, so just be careful in this encounter. So from there, you're going to make your way to the Ogre encounter. You're going to want to take it slow on the way there. There's 2 unstoppable champions and some Shriekers. Again, just use the range, use the cover, take it slow. But once you get to the Ogre room, I recommend going to the right side here, jumping up on this ledge. And what you're going to end up doing here is there's 2 unstoppable champions in the Taken realm, and then 1 unstoppable in the normal realm. You want to just clear out all the ads, ignore the big boss. You want to clear out all the ads and take out those champions. So again, this is a lot of just back and forth, playing it slow. You'll see here in a little bit that the Ogre on the normal world will eventually pop up behind us and kill us. So you do have to kind of keep your head on a swivel there. But in the Taken realm, the 2 unstoppable champions come up this staircase on the right side, so you have a lot of time to stun them from a distance. So just be careful, and again, I'm going to repeat this a lot. Take it slow, and just make sure you clear out all the ads before you start on the boss. And then when you do start on that damage, you want to make sure that you kill the Taken one first. This is because that when you're in the Taken realm, and you clear that boss, it will permanently lock you in the normal realm, and vice versa. So where if you kill the normal, you're locked in the Taken, which is what ended up happening to us. But you want to end up in the normal because there's 3 Shriekers in the Taken, and it just kind of slows you down a little bit and is a bit of a hassle. But it's no real concern if that does end up happening to you. As you'll see here, it happens to us, and you just take your time, you kill the Shriekers, and you make it. So if that does happen to you, I recommend doing one of the following. Is either just killing the Shriekers from range, or have a teammate, if you have a hunter, make you invisible and just run through the portal, just so you can bypass those Shriekers. But we ended up killing 2 of them, and we ended up suppressing 1 to go past it. So you have a lot of options, but again, just you got to be careful if you're stuck on the Taken side. Once you do make your way through the portal, there are several unstoppable champions and a couple overloads, so just back out immediately, or if you're in the normal world, when this happens, just run up slowly. Take out the unstoppables and the scions first. Any Taken thrall, they're going to be the biggest threat, but again, this is kind of like the room on the way to the Ogres. You just got to play a little range, take it slow, and just clear everything out, and you shouldn't have any issue. Now, once you clear out that room and you make your way to the pitfall here, I recommend sending one person down at a time, just because these balls can kill you and you don't want to wipe your team here by going all at once. So I send one person down at a time. I usually volunteer myself. And then if they successfully make it, they can pull the rest of the team forward without risk of losing the revives. If they don't make it, they can res you. It was patched now, so you can get res at the top. So that shouldn't be much of an issue anymore. So again, just one person at a time down that thing, and then pull everyone forward, and you shouldn't have any problem. Now, once everyone has been pulled forward and is in here, I recommend just taking this first platform at range. There is an overload over there. You want to make sure you tag him at least once, because as you'll see here, he just kind of yeets himself off the rock. But we tag him once, we get the extra revive. That counts as a kill for us, so we don't lose our platinum. Onto that last island, just take everything out from range. I'm using a Dead Man's Tail here, so we got some good range, and we just clear out as much as we can before jumping down, and it makes that much easier. You don't risk getting swarmed by ads and getting bombarded, so definitely recommend doing that from a distance. So once you proceed your way through that, you're going to make your way to the final boss here, Sedia. I recommend doing this part from the back rock here where we just land. This has a lot of cover, and it's probably the best place to not get bombarded. Most of these enemies are Thrall and Scions, so they will they'll shoot you a little bit, but you have a lot of range between you and them, so you got places to hide, and you can shoot them pretty safely. Now, once you've cleared everything out, you're going to send one or two people over to pick up the ball. Keep in mind that Sedia can and will one-shot you. So you're going to pick up the ball, pass it at one time, and then everyone's going to run back to the rock. You can pass it twice if you want, like we did, but it doesn't really matter. You're going to then throw it and break her shield, and then do not shoot her anymore. If you shoot her again, it kind of starts that damage phase. But once you break her shield, more ads spawn, so it's kind of more of the same of you standing back here, clearing ads, and then once you clear all the ads, then you go into the damage phase. But try to avoid doing any damage to her. So for us, we did this pre-Storm Chaser nerf, so we did damage up at the front here, all three of us using Storm Chaser and weakening her. So you'll see we throw a weaken grenade, start shooting Storm Chaser, we got a Blade Barrage in there, and then she teleports to the other side, and you keep doing damage for a little bit, and we were actually able to one-phaser here. Post Storm Chaser nerf, I don't know if this is still possible, so let me know if it's not. If you do end up having to go into the following rooms, I recommend, again, taking the platforms up to her very slowly, killing the champions, trying to avoid her hitting you with the cover, and then doing the damage from the very entrance point of that rock, where you go to her. So that's far enough away where you got some good strafing options, and then you can also do, you should be able to kill her with one ball there. Okay, so getting into the build that I was using for that Grandmaster, using Dead Man's Tail for the range and the unstoppable stuns, using the Callous Mini Tool for the solar damage, the incandescent, and the overload perks. I was also doing Storm Chaser with firing line. Not the best Storm Chaser, but that's what did the trick for me. This was pre-Storm Chaser nerf, so with the slower fire rate, or the slower charge rate, this may not be your best option, but you definitely want to use something arc that has a lot of burst damage. You want to do the arc because it's a lot of extra arc damage in that one. Armor and mods, pretty straightforward stuff here. I was using Explosive Wellmaker for the grenades, running fusion grenades, linear ammo finder. This is my normal run with 2 bolsterings, but you're going to swap these out for the overload rounds and the unstoppable scout. And then I had an elemental ordnance on there. Starfire, I just have Seeking Wells on, and I would have the one of each actually. So 1 arc resist and then 1 armor of the undying. There is a bit of everything here. You could go either way. Double arc doesn't help you with being one shot by Sedia, so there's a lot of everything in there, so I'd kind of recommend 1 of each. As long as you have 100 resil, you're probably good. Boots, I do solar boots, just if there are wells, I can pick them up, and then I got Well of Life, and then obviously Classic Restoration for this season. Alright, so going into the aspects and fragments, pretty straightforward stuff here. For Starfire build, you're going to have Empowering Rift. I do Celestial Fire for the range, and then Fusion Grenade. Touch of Flame. I do Icarus Dash. You could do Heat Rises, but I don't recommend it. I do recommend Ember of Ashes, Solace, Char. And then here's my flex slot Searing. This used to be Torches, but now that Radiant no longer stacks with Empowering Rift, I'm kind of leaning against that, and I go more Searing for the recovery boost and the extra melee energy. But this is your flex slot. You can kind of play around with that as you see fit. But yeah, so that's my build. As I said before, I'm going to be doing a stream on the 30th to help you out if you need any assistance. Feel free to join that. I'll announce it again later. But yeah, good luck, and thank you all so much for watching. If you could like and subscribe, I greatly appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one.